Yo, have you ever wondered why you get that sudden crush? Or why a simple touch, a look, a scent can send your heart racing? Like, 1 minute you're chill, next minute you can't stop replaying someone's laugh in your head. What if I told you? It's not magic. It's chemistry. Straight up biology. Today we're diving deep into the invisible world of hormones, brain chemicals, and neurochemistry, and how they shape your attraction, love, emotional highs and lows. This isn't woo-woo. This is science. Real science. By the end of this video, you'll see why you can't help who you catch feelings for, why heartbreak feels like a drug withdrawal, and why some people feel addicted to the relationship high. Buckle up, we're going in. Hormones and attraction, Science Explained Section 1. What are hormones, neurotransmitters, and why they matter? First off, hormones aren't just about puberty or physical growth. They're biochemical messengers and neurotransmitters that shape how we feel, how we connect, how we think. Hormones like dopamine, oxytocin, vasopressin, serotonin, testosterone, estrogen, norepinephrine all play big roles when it comes to attraction, love, bonding, craving, emotional highs and lows. Our brain's reward system lights up when those chemicals drop or spike, which explains why love, lust, and connection can feel euphoric, addictive, and intense. So yeah, feelings are chemical, but that doesn't make them fake. It makes them real, biological, and powerful. Section 2. The big players, hormones, and neurochemicals behind attraction. Dopamine, the want, reward, chemical. Dopamine gets released when we anticipate reward. A look, a flirt, a kiss, a connection. That rush, that yearning, that's dopamine. It makes us chase. It gives motivation, energy, focus, makes someone feel like the center of our world. That's why crushes feel addictive, sometimes like you're on a high, always craving more. Science even compares it to addictive drugs because the same reward circuits fire up. You see that person across the room, your heart flutters, palms sweat. You start imagining. That's dopamine wiring you for go-getter. Oxytocin and vasopressin, the bonding, attachment crew. Oxytocin is often dubbed the cuddle hormone or bonding hormone. It spikes when you hug, touch, cuddle, kiss, even during emotional closeness, vulnerability, eye contact. Vasopressin works similarly, especially studied in animal bonding studies, plays a role in attachment, long-term bonding, monogamous behavior, loyalty, pair bond formation. Combined, these hormones shift love from hot crush to real connection. They make your brain associate that person with comfort, safety, home. You share a late night talk, deep conversation, maybe hold hands or hug. Next thing you know, you feel secure, closer, attached. That's your brain building a bond. Other chemicals and hormones, mood, stability, and intensity. Serotonin, in early romantic obsession, serotonin tends to dip, which might explain why new love often feels obsessive, all-consuming, dreamy yet crazy. Norepinephrine and adrenaline. These can cause the racing heart, sweaty palms, excitement, nervousness when you first feel attraction. That butterflies feeling, chemical mess. Sex hormones, testosterone, estrogen, they influence libido, sexual desire, physical attraction, sexual drive, the lust side of attraction. Together, this hormonal cocktail turns simple eye contact, flirting, or emotional closeness into a full-blown neurological and emotional experience. Section 3. Why love and attraction feel like an addiction. You may have heard people say love is addictive. It's not an exaggeration. When dopamine floods, your brain's reward circuits light up, just like drugs. The need to know if they like me back. Checking phone for messages, replaying conversations in your head. That's your brain chasing the next dopamine hit. Low serotonin plus high dopamine plus constant uncertainty equals obsession, anxiety, sleepless nights, emotional roller coaster. That's why first crushes often feel intense, chaotic, sometimes even painful. Real life vibe. You get high off someone's voice, their laugh, their touch, but when they ignore you, you crash. Emotionally, mentally. Heart hurts because your brain was programmed for reward, then reward stopped. Section 4, From Lust to Attachment. The evolution of emotions. Not all attraction stays hot and wild. Over time, the brain shifts gears. As the novelty fades, dopamine surges reduce. That obsessive high calms down. That's when oxytocin, vasopressin gain more influence. Emotional safety, comfort, trust, bonding become the foundation. You move from I want you to I trust you. I feel safe with you. We belong together. This shift explains why flaming hot relationships often fade. But if partners build security, communication, respect, the bond becomes deeper, stable, long-term. Section 5. How hormones influence emotions, mood, and behavior beyond attraction. Hormones don't just affect attraction, they shape mood, mental health, behavior, sometimes even identity. Emotional regulation and stress relief. Oxytocin reduces stress, fear response, making you feel safe, calm, connected. That's why after a warm hug or deep cuddle, you feel relaxed, warm, emotionally safe. Obsession, anxiety, and emotional roller coaster. In early romantic love, decreased serotonin plus high dopamine plus norepinephrine equals obsession. Intrusive thoughts, anxiety, sleeplessness, mood swings. Motivation and behavior changes when you deeply desire someone. Dopamine doesn't just make you feel good. It pushes you to change, improve yourself, chase ambitions. Love becomes a motivator. The brain literally rewires to focus on that reward. Danger zone, addiction-like patterns, and emotional dependence. Because hormones can hijack your brain's reward system, love can feel addictive. That craving, that ache when you're away from them, it's neurochemistry. And like addiction, it can come with dependency, obsession, pain if the reward is inconsistent. Section 6. Real-life examples and scenarios. Example 1. The crush that felt like a drug. Meet Jake. He met Lily at a party. Their eyes met. Heart raced. Conversation felt electric. For days, Jake couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep. He replayed their chat on loop in his head. Texts from Lily felt like life or death. What Jake experienced: classic dopamine plus norepinephrine plus low serotonin cocktail. His brain was reward hacked. That's why crushes feel obsessive, all-consuming. Example 2. From infatuation to real bond, then comfort. Sophie and Marcus dated for 2 years. First 6 months, butterflies, passion, intensity. After a year, things chilled. But they felt safe. They laughed together, trusted each other, built routines. Their love felt deeper. What changed? Dopamine highs faded a bit, but oxytocin and vasopressin took over. Their brain rewired for long-term attachment, security, comfort. Example 3. Heartbreak and withdrawal. Tina invested emotionally, became obsessive, cravings. Sleepless nights, mood swings. Partner ghosted. She crashed, felt depressed, felt empty, like withdrawal. That's because hormone-driven attachment plus reward circuits plus emotional dependency got cut off. Suddenly. Section 7. What this means for your relationships and emotions. Knowing how hormones work gives you power. Use it. Don't let it use you. Understand when you feel crush high versus real connection. Don't mistake addiction like obsession for love. Give relationships time to shift from dopamine-driven infatuation to oxytocin-driven attachment. Keep emotional health first. Because when chemicals fade, emotional safety, respect, communication, trust, those stay. Be aware of red flags, emotional addiction, codependency, unrealistic expectations. Your brain can trick you into believing this is love, even when it's craving. Stay aware. Section 8. Common myths versus science. Let's debunk a myth. Reality. Science myth. Love is magical, unexplainable. Reality. Science. It's biochemical. Hormones plus brain pathways explain attraction and attachment. Myth. If I feel intense desire, that's love. Reality. Science. Intensity often comes from dopamine plus novelty. Real love includes trust, comfort, safety, oxytocin, and vasopressin. Myth. If feelings don't last, it wasn't real. Reality. Science. Hormones shift. What matters is attachment, understanding, communication for long-term love. Myth. You can't control what you feel. Reality. Science. Partly true. Biology plays a big role, but you can manage behavior, boundaries, awareness, and decide wisely. Section 9. Tips for healthy, hormone-aware relationships. Don't rush. Let attraction blossom gradually. Balance novelty with stability. Mix fun, excitement with comfort and consistency. Communicate openly. Talk about feelings, needs, boundaries. Stay grounded. Maintain your own identity. Hobbies, mental health. Know the difference between crush high and real love. Let things stabilize before big commitments. Respect emotional and physical boundaries. Chemistry is strong, but consent, communication, emotional maturity matter. Alright fam, now you know what's really going on behind the scenes when you feel attraction, desire, love, or heartbreak. It ain't magic. It's biology, brain wiring, chemicals, and understanding that gives you power. If this video gave you clarity, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're into deep dive psychology and relationship science. And drop a comment. Which hormone do you think affects you the most? Dopamine, oxytocin, or something else? Stay aware, stay grounded. And remember, feelings are real, but knowing why they happen makes them even more powerful. Catch you in the next video.